What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike. I am a full-time media seller, primarily on Amazon, a tiny little bit on eBay as well. We are outside of one of my thrift stores here. It's like, should I tell people where I thrift? You guys might come and scan all my stuff and then I'll have no business. That's kind of relates to the topic of the video, right? So we're outside of Community Aid in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And the topic of today's video is, listen, we're gonna have a little heart-to-heart here. Most of you out there scanning stuff, the competition, y'all really don't want this business. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So this past few weeks, I've seen other people out scanning in some of my stores, and I'm here to tell you that you don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're lazy or you just want to act like you have a business, or you just need something to whine about because you can't find nothing. So this video is kind of more just like a pet peeve of seeing competition in my area and why I could really care less. And honestly, I don't have that much competition, and I've seen more lately, and it doesn't matter because they don't know what they're doing, or they're just being lazy. So that'll be the topic of the video. While I'm in here scanning, you'll see my Scoutly screen. Phone app tells you whether or not you're buying something. You just scan it with your little Bluetooth scanner. If you're interested in, being around like-minded people, join the YouTube channel, $2.99. 6 monthly coaching calls, a private Discord, all your questions answered from people that do this full-time, part-time. We got a little bit of everything over there. So I'm shutting up. Let's get in here. Half off day. Hopefully we can load up a bag or something so I can go home early and go to sleep by like 6 o'clock. Let's go. All right, we are back from that Community Aid. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full. I mean, whew, this is a perfect example of consistency, understanding your sources, how often you should go there. This is when this comes into play, right? It's not about luck. It's about getting out there, creating your own luck, and making things happen. So this is my biggest haul of the year from a single thrift store. Crazy good finds out of that place. I don't know if somebody just donated a bunch of the stuff or what, and it was half off. I believe we spent, let me get my receipt here, definitely the most I've spent. Well, I mean, I spent like 150 bucks at the Goodwill like 2 months ago, so we didn't beat that, but we spent $117 on a half off day. So before our discounts, we were probably looking at well over 200 bucks. But it was half off because it was Education Appreciation Day. So as long as you've ever been in any kind of university or school, you can get your discount, right? So I still use my old school MSU ID to get my discount. So it was, I mean, it's nothing like, it's not all crazy stuff, but a lot of it's fast moving $6, $7, $8 books. So once you send it in, it's going to be out the door. So, I mean, I'm going to show you guys some of the big hitters we got. And I also got a crazy, someone traded in a set of books, and it was, I mean, it was crazy. All right, let me get my screen recording here. All right. First up, early American railroads. There's a ton of railroad books in there. Somebody must have donated their whole collection. We paid $250 for this. This is currently listed on Amazon. The lowest one's $130. Sales score is only 3, so it only sells once every 2 months. So What do you do in this situation? Are you pricing at $129.99? Are you pricing at $130.77? Me, personally, what I've been doing with slow moving books, and it has been working, along with DVDs and CDs, I'm pricing down, right? I'm into this for $2.50. If I risk having it sit there for $129.99, it may never sell. You do see the fair value. That's the last price of this sold merchant fulfilled. I'm probably going to price this at $99.99. So basically from new to used, you save close to 50 bucks. And then that basically guarantees us we'll get the sale. There's no used FBA. So, I mean, we'll probably make close to $80 on this. Don't get greedy with this slow moving stuff. Send it in at a price it's going to sell. Match the lowest used merchant fulfilled, or if it's something super slow like this, then just undercut everybody. So when it gets in, somebody's like, hey, it's a deal. I'm going to pick this up. So, I mean, 80 bucks for this. And this was in the checkout. So they got like some of their more expensive books in the checkout lane. So as I was pushing up my full cart, I said, oh, let me scan some of these. And once I seen this, I said, I mean, you see something about Railroads that it's this big of a book, you probably know it's going to be good. So that was a good pickup. Next up, we have Too Much for Human Endurance, the George Spangler Farm Hospitals and the Battle of Gettysburg. Anything related to old history, wars, things like that, usually always do well. We paid $1 for this. Another slow mover. Listen, if you guys don't want the slow moving stuff, you can cry in the comments and I'll more than gladly come by and scoop it all up. Fair value's 48 bucks. We'll probably list this FBA, same thing, probably right around $59.99. So we'll make close to, you know, $40 profit on this. So I'll sell the slow stuff all day long. You people out there, I don't sell books over 1 million rank. Yeah, well, guess what? If I told you how much I sold in books over 1 million rank, you'd probably close your business up. All right, now to the crazy stuff, right? I know a lot of you out there, right, that watch the channel have a lot more book knowledge than me, right? So you probably are like, whoa, I could have told you that was profitable before you scanned them, Mike. Well, listen, I'm not that smart, and thankfully I have a scanner. These are all books from the same set that are actually profitable on Amazon. I know, it's crazy, right? Look at this. I can't even hold it up to the camera, right? So I'm gonna scan a few just to show you guys. I don't even understand what this is. The Library of America, a nonprofit publisher dedicated to preserving America's best and most significant writing in handsome, enduring volumes featuring authoritative text. There was probably like 5 that weren't profitable, but every single one of these profitable on Amazon. So let me scan a few, see who we got. I know they are people like Hammett. I think that's Hammett. Crime Stories and Other Writings. Scan some of these. I don't know these people. I just scanned the stuff. And once I hit like 2 of them that were profitable, I'm like, hey, all right, let's do this, right? Nothing crazy. $6.50, we paid $1 for it. But, you know, you see this thing is selling all the time, right? So it all adds up, especially when you're finding 12 of the same thing. Welty? Oh, it's got a picture of the person on the front, too. All right, Welty. I'm guessing this looks like a lady. In her career, Mississippi. All right, well, we're just under the threshold here. The price has come down a little bit since we scanned it, so probably make close to $5 on this. It'll sell right away. Next up, we have Philip K. Dick, my kind of guy. Look, he's got a cat. I mean, come on. This is gonna be me in another 50 years. This one's gonna make you over 12 bucks. He wrote The Man in the High Castle. I know they turned that into a TV show, but yeah. Source of the movie Blade Runner as well, one of the books he wrote. And it was crazy. There was like, you've seen, I got like 12 of these out of there. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that a set out there exists like this, where every single one is basically profitable. Last up, we got Cheever. You're probably like, I know who that is. I'm like, who is Cheever? I have no idea who this guy is. Like, I have no idea. But it's going to make you 16 bucks after, you know, after fees and everything. all of these books were banging. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm out here full cart ganging, Richie Hustle style, out of this thrift store for the first time in probably over a year, right? Because we know the fees are rough on Amazon, and it's hard to find that many quality books from a single place. But enough with that, right? To the topic, because it drives me nuts. I've seen more scanners in the past 3 to 4 weeks than I ever have. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care. Because all right, you go into a store, there's people scanning. I came in behind every single one of those scanners and found profitable stuff. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want. First off, they're either using the default triggers or they're using my triggers, because there ain't many other people out there putting out current triggers for this stuff, right? So, I mean, and we all know the default triggers. You make $1, they're like, oh yeah, buy this book, it's gonna make you $1. So, what's going on? Talk to me. You out there right now, you as a media seller scanner, you tell me what is going on with these scanners in my area. I'm finding stuff behind them. Last week's video, when I was in Maryland, there was a dude scanning the books as they were coming out. I scanned the DVDs, I came in behind and scanned the same books, and I'm hitting greens. It doesn't make sense. I mean, just make it make sense to me. How is it? Are people just lazy? Is that what you're going to tell me, that people aren't scanning everything, right? Like, Mike, I'm not scanning every single book at the thrift store. That's dumb. I know what to look for. It's just everybody one of those type of guys where it's just like, I know everything. I don't got to scan everything. Well, I'm here to tell you that I went into one store and the dude was scanning the DVDs, and I kid you not, I went and scanned the books, and I'm figuring, oh, the books in the Goodwill, I ain't going to find nothing. I left with a full bag of books, and then I went and scanned the DVDs because, hey, I'm the used book guy, right? If this dude knows me, he was looking at me kind of weird, right? I still haven't been recognized out in public. I'm like, if this dude knows me, right? I wonder if he's going to watch me go over and scan, see if I scan behind him and see if I find anything. Don't you know, I go over there and I'm hitting greens and DVDs. I'm just like, and this guy was over there the whole, I don't know if they're like, if people are skipping what they're scanning, if they're just not scanning everything, but I'm telling you, don't let these other scanners kind of put you off to going and scan, because woo, I'm cleaning up behind these people and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm ready to go over, and you all know how I am. I'm ready to go over and like troubleshoot their triggers. Like, hey, come here, grab him by his ear and be like, why'd you miss this DVD? What's your excuse? No excuse is good enough, right? So it's hard for me. I guess, like, I'm laughing on the inside, but I feel bad for people because you're trying to build a business, and if you just treat it like a joke or a game, like you're only going to go in and you're just going to half-ass scan things and then complain that it doesn't work or you don't find anything, like, what are you really doing, right? Even if you're not scanning for Amazon, even if you're scanning for eBay, I guarantee you're not scanning every single thing. Like, I don't know. Someone help me out there. Explain to me why people, other scanners, when I go in behind them, I'm finding items. You're gonna tell me trigger sets? It doesn't make sense, because my profit is probably higher than, you know, most other trigger sets. So the trigger set argument's kind of out the window. I guess if you're using the default triggers and they have like 30 of them, you kind of can miss out on a lot of profit that way, because they don't fall into every little single category that these apps have set up. But I was just blown away, and I'm just like, it almost makes me not even care about competition no more. Like, I've probably been behind 5 scanners this week, and every single time I found stuff. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I don't even care about these clowns. Like, you guys are just not, you're lazy. You're just not scanning the stuff. You gotta scan it. Stop trying to go in and be like, oh, this one, I'm only gonna scan this one. This one, sure, if you want to skip your James Patterson, your Nora Roberts, I'll give you a pass, but you're not scanning everything. I'm telling you. You really are not scanning everything. If you're going to multiple thrift stores and this isn't working, you're not scanning all the media. That's all there is to it. I mean, I don't think you can beat around the bush any other way. If you're not scanning everything, then you ain't going to get everything. You ain't going to get most of it, right? Because we all know the stuff that sells is the weird stuff, right? It's the stuff you never even heard of before, right? You see this sitting on the shelf. This, all you see is this binding, right? This looks like one of those cheesy, like, Reader Digest book sets from like the 90s or 80s. How many people that think they're a hot shot and can walk in and scan the shelf with their eyes, they're even going to pull this out. Let's be real. I mean, if you're talking Amazon scanners, probably zero. If you're going to be one of those people that just picks and choose what you scan, you're going to miss this every single time. And I probably made, you know, close to $200, $300 just on this book set alone. So I don't know. I'm curious, and let me know if you got other scanners around you. Follow them behind and scan everything they scan. And I guarantee most of you out there, like, yeah, I follow my scanners and I always find stuff. People are just, they don't know what they're doing, unfortunately, and that's the reality of it. So I appreciate you watching the long wrap up. As always, I'll see you guys in the next used book video. I gotta get this stuff sent out. Bye bye.